This video is going to walk you through two balancing equations problems. First, we're going to write a skeleton equation. Solid lithium reacts with chlorine gas. Remember, chlorine is one of our diatomics to produce solid lithium chloride. Because lithium is a +1 ion, chlorine is a -1 ion, LiCl is our formula. This is our skeleton equation. But it's not balanced. To balance it, we need to figure out how many of each element we have on each side. On the left side of the equation right now, we have 1 lithium. On the right side of the equation, we have 1. Great, they're balanced. On the left side of the equation, we have 2 chlorine atoms, and on the right side of the equation, we only have 1. To fix that, to get 2 chlorine atoms on the right, we need to add a coefficient. We are not allowed to write anything down here. We are not allowed to do that. We can only add coefficients out front. Now our chlorines are happy, but by adding the 2 in front of lithium chloride, we just unbalanced our lithium. So now we have to go back to the left side, add a 2 over there, and then double check that everything is balanced. Here's a harder problem. You're going to remember that there's an order in which to balance things. We're going to start with metals, then polyatomic ions, then nonmetals, then oxygen, then hydrogen. This is something you're going to want to remember. First, let's write our equation. You're going to need your pink sheet with the ions if you don't remember all of these. Sodium iodide, that's a +1 and -1, so NaI is that formula. And lead 4 sulfate. Lead's a +4, sulfate's a -2. So I need 2 of those. Yields lead, iodide. Iodine's -1, lead's +4. We need 4 iodines, plus sodium sulfate. Sodium's a +1, sulfate's a -2. We need 2 sodiums. I don't need to put my sulfate ion here into parentheses, but I did because I think it's going to be easier to see how to balance it. Now we have to count up the number of atoms of each element on each side, remembering minnow. We're going to start with our metals. We'll do sodium first. On the left right now I have 1 sodium. On the right I have 2 because of this. I have 1 lead on the left, 1 lead on the right. Lead's balanced, sodium's not. I'm going to add a 2 here to take care of the sodium. So I've taken care of sodium, I've taken care of lead. Next is the I for ions. I have 2 SO4 ions on the left. I have 1 SO4 ion on the right. I am going to add a coefficient here to balance that. By doing so, I just changed the amount of sodiums. I now have 2 Na2s, or 4 sodiums. So what that means is to get 4 over here, I have to change that coefficient as well. But right now everything is balanced except my nonmetal iodine. On the left, I now have 4 iodines. On the right, I have 4, balanced. And this is what the final equation would look like.